We've had a couple of severe thunderstorms in portions of southern and southwestern South Dakota. We can see a few more this evening. Then rain and a few storms will also push eastward overnight. Those will be in the 50s to low 60s. That will set up the all-important 4th of July outlook. And while, yes, we do have that potential for showers and thunderstorms, I don't think it's going to be an all-day event where we don't get a break from the rain. We actually do anticipate a couple of breaks. We'll talk about that and go through the rest of your forecast on the way. And until then, First to 4 starts right now.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group. KELOLAND News, first at 4.
Coming up, one person is dead after an early morning hostage situation near downtown Sioux Falls. Details straight ahead.
Plus, we're learning more about a semi that got stuck under a bridge in Pierre last week.
And we're going to take a look at the legislation cracking down on selling fentanyl over social media. Good afternoon, and thanks for tuning in to First at 4. I'm Don Jorgensen.
And I'm Dan Santella. One man is dead after an officer-involved shooting near downtown Sioux Falls early this morning. Police Chief John Toombs says it happened around 3 a.m. when an officer was on break. He started being shot at a business on the corner of Minnesota Avenue and 14th Street. Toombs says that officer returned fire and cleared people from the parking lot. Backup then came, including SWAT team members.
He says that there were also hostages inside the business. Authorities say that 26-year-old Daniel Todd Augustine was pronounced dead at the scene. Toombs says that there were no injuries to the officers or the hostages. South Dakota's DCI is investigating. We'll have more details on the shooting coming up tonight on KELOLAND News. The Brookings County Sheriff's Office is investigating a stolen ATV. Authorities say that it happened at a home north of Bruce Tuesday morning. Someone returned home and found that their ATV had been taken. The theft was caught on security camera just after 3 a.m. Authorities say that based on the tracks, it appears that the ATV was driven to a nearby road and loaded onto another vehicle. Area residents are asked to check their security cameras and contact the Brookings Dispatch.
We're learning more about a truck versus train bridge crash in Pierre last week. Pierre police say it happened just before 11:30 Friday morning. A semi was pulling a trailer loaded with over 40,000 pounds of salt when it got stuck under the train bridge on Pierre Street. You can see part of the trailer was crushed in. Northbound traffic on Pierre Street was shut down for 6 hours while crews worked to remove the truck and trailer. Now, this is a common occurrence at this bridge and the second reported incident last month.
A family had to be found after getting lost south of the Needles Eye Tunnel. Custer County Search and Rescue says that it happened just before noon local time yesterday. Officials say that the family was exploring the area at the time. Law enforcement tried to guide them out, but the echo and the rock obstruction made it difficult to follow the calls. Search and Rescue was able to climb down near the Needles Eye Tunnel and found the family. They were 100 yards away from the tunnel, but a storm had just passed through and they needed help to climb out. Well, speaking of storms, we've got some developing again.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just a case of we can't catch a break, especially in western and southwestern portions of KELOLAND. That's where we've been seeing a lot of the severe weather as of late, and we're getting a prime example of that right now with a pair of severe thunderstorm warnings actually in effect at this moment. One of which is for portions of Pennington and Lawrence counties. That is with that storm south and west of Spearfish. That's going to be in place until 3:45 p.m. Mountain Time for that cell that's moving over to the east. And the second one is for portions of eastern Bennett County until 3:15 p.m. Mountain Time. Just to the south in Nebraska, including Cherry County, they actually have a severe thunderstorm watch that's in place until 8 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Down in Nebraska, they have seen even worse weather that way with even more severe thunderstorms and a couple of tornado warnings earlier this afternoon. Meanwhile, here in Sioux Falls, it's been a pretty nice day. A warm one, too, 83. With a view of the park, a west wind at 8 miles per hour. As we head out west, there's Rapid City, more cloud cover. We've seen those scattered showers, and we do have that thunderstorm well to the west of the city for now, but we'll keep an eye on it. 74 all the same, an easterly breeze at 13 miles per hour. We're at 70 for Buffalo, 63 towards Spearfish, and 58 in Custer. Compare that to the 83 in Worthington, Yankton, Huron, and Sisseton, 85 toward Aberdeen, and then in Iowa towards Spencer. Dew points haven't been too bad, in the 50s with a couple of low 60s out there for good measure. So yeah, it's been slightly humid, but we've experienced worse already this summer. Here's a zoomed out view of what we're watching. Again, the bulk of the activity out to the west and to the south as well, with those severe thunderstorm and tornado warnings more toward Nebraska, to a lesser extent up our way. But we'll keep an eye on this through the night, and we also have to, as we've said on a couple of occasions this week, monitor the 4th. Updates on that coming up in a little bit.
All right, thanks a lot, Adam. Well, due to the chance of thunderstorms forecasted for tomorrow morning, Sioux Falls is canceling its Independence Day celebrations. That includes the 5K run walk, the parade, picnic, and then the afternoon entertainment.
A congressional crackdown on social media sites selling fentanyl to kids. That's a new push from Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar and Congresswoman Angie Craig. Carolyn Cummings with our CBS affiliate in Minneapolis explains what the legislation does and how one Hastings family is at the center of the fight.
We've wondered every day for 4 years if there was something we could have done differently.
Bridget Noring of Hastings has made it her mission to keep others from sharing a similar fate. Her son Devin was 19 when he bought a Percocet pill on Snapchat for pain that turned out to be laced with a lethal dose of fentanyl.
After Devin died, we were in shock. We never thought this could happen to our family.
Now a bill moving through Congress is named in his honor, aimed at stopping fentanyl trafficking on social media sites. It would require that companies alert law enforcement when there's illegal drug dealing on their platforms, and there are criminal and civil penalties for failing to do so.
So there's a complete disconnect with what's happening on real media, where they have rules, and on social media, where it's the Wild West.
In 2021, 1 in 3 cases of drug trafficking involved social media sites, according to the DEA. Nearly all, 92% of the 1,000 overdose deaths in Minnesota in 2022 were linked to fentanyl. Senator Amy Klobuchar and Representative Angie Craig are leading the bipartisan push for change. They touted the bill in Hastings Tuesday.
To hold social media companies accountable for allowing drug trafficking on their social media platforms.
In a Senate hearing earlier this year, the CEO of Snapchat said he supports the legislation.
We believe it will help DEA go after the cartels and get more dealers off the streets to save more lives.
The bill is primed for a Senate floor vote, and Craig says she's still fighting for it in the House. Caroline Cummings, WCCO News.
There are other bills aimed at making it safer for kids online that are moving through Congress.